As I said in the previous video, the cement plaster and cement lime plaster may be applied either 2 coat or 3 coat. So 2 coat procedure already I have explained. In the 3 coat what they will do for applying the 3 coat plaster is similar to the 2 coat plaster. Only one thing what will be the difference means they will provide an intermediate coat. Okay, so that intermediate coat we call it as a floating coat. Okay, so the purpose of this coat of plaster is to bring the plaster to an even surface. Then the thickness of rendering coat, floating coat and a finishing coat are kept 9 to 10 mm or 6 to 9 mm, 2 to 3 mm respectively. Okay, so thickness of floating first coat and rendering coat will be the last of finishing coat. So these three coat thickness will be 9 to 10 mm or 6 to 9 mm or 2 to 3 mm. Okay, then the rendering coat is made a rough first coat. After that the floating coat is applied about 4 to 7 days after the applying the first coat, and the finishing coat may be the applied about 6 hours after the application of the floating coat. First rendering coat they will apply, or first preliminary coat they will apply. So that preliminary coat should be hard. Okay, then that preliminary coat should be hard. After that preliminary coat, second coat they are going to apply, that is the floating coat. So application of floating coat will be after the how many days? 4 to 7 days. So after 4 to 7 days floating coat will be applied. Then next last one will be the finishing coat. So finishing coat will be applying after 6 hours after the application of the floating coat. So this will be the procedure in application of third 3 coat plaster in cement plaster and cement lime plaster.